Today's challenge is to read a book in one sitting. To pick the book, I went to the library, walked down the aisles. I saw some Robin Hobb books which caught my eye, so I chose that aisle. If it's got dragons, it's probably a good aisle. And then the title of this book caught my eye, Firstborn. It's not by Brandon Sanderson, but I figured that was a good sign. Looking at the back makes me think it's probably not a fantasy book, which is a shame, but we're going to read it anyway. The text is pretty large, lots of white space, thinking maybe 2 pages a minute. It's got 321 pages, so looking at maybe an hour or 3 hours to read, probably less than an hour video after I speed it up. Oh, the title of the book, Firstborn, by Robin Lee Hatcher. She's an award-winning author. So we'll see. I will put time periods down, give my review after every chapter, because otherwise it's just me sitting here for 3 hours. But I'm ready to start, so here goes. The prologue. The main character is Erica, and she has a boyfriend who's leaving for college. Chapter 1, 23 years later. Let's see what Erica is up to. Erica really loves Steven as a kid. Apparently they get married as adults. She doesn't mind Dallas as a kid, but she hates Dallas as an adult. I suspect something going on with Dallas will be discussed in Chapter 2. Just info about Steven and Dallas. Chapter 3. a letter is delivered, and then it says Erica thinks her life is perfect. Then another flashback of the past, where Erica's life is horrible, and Dallas is mentioned again. The Dallas who she now hates. I suspect that when Steven was in college, Erica cheated on him with Dallas. But we shall find out, and what the letter reveals in chapter 4. Past, again suggesting something with Dallas and Erica. There's like a weird religious bit. I don't know. Everyone's acting weird about Paula, Dallas's wife. She wasn't in the old timiness. Everyone's acting weird. And then there was some weird religious bit that we'll see what happens. A little confused what the point of that is. The letter is still not open. Hope I don't have to wait until Act 2. Apparently Erica had a kid when she was a teenager. Obviously Dallas is. Nobody knows. Not sure if Dallas knows. Steven acts weird, but I think that's the religious angle. I don't know what religious message the author's trying to send yet, but there's one that's it's put off very strongly. So we'll see if we can figure it out. Chapter 6. Shout out to Pennsylvania in that one. Chapter 7. Steven's a bit of a chump, and the author is a lot of bit of a Southern Baptist. Chapter 8. Erica's life's falling apart. She's setting up a bunch of like stereotypical straw man arguments that she'll overcome later. I'm not really impressed by that. I'm happy to see that the daughter is not dating the son. I was a little concerned because there appear to be quite the mess of relationships going on. I suspect there will be a lot more secrets. The secret's out. One of them, Steven, now knows Erica cheated on him with Dallas. I'm really not a big fan of the way they portray Christianity, but that's what I get for not choosing my book smarter. So, chapter 10. Super annoying that Steven's like the super clean, innocent, calm person who, when he gets bad news, says intentionally rude things to hurt his wife. Not a big fan of that stereotype. Not a big fan of the Steven guy. Especially with the Christianity overtones to it. But anyway, Steven's now pissed. Let's see what Dallas has to say in chapter 11. Dallas still doesn't know, but now Ethan does. There was a good scene where Steven was faking his religion, and I think I liked it. I think that when they come back to it and show him fulfilling it, I'm gonna not like that, because I think that they didn't understand the point they were trying to make in that scene. The way I interpreted it, at least, it was not the way they wanted it to be interpreted. They being the author. Chapter 12. I hope Steven and Erica do not end up together at the end of this book. I don't think that Steven loves her. I don't think she should be waiting for his forgiveness. I do like the daughter. She's a good character so far. Chapter 13. Kirsten, the daughter, still pretty normal. Dallas now knows he had a normal reaction. Steven punched him and had that weird psycho fake Christian reaction. We'll see what happens in chapter 14. Really do not like Steven. Also in the last chapter, said he lost 6 balls but was 10 over par. That seems odd for someone who doesn't lie, so he's counting those 6 lost balls as 6 over par right there. I don't know if I believe that. That's all that happened, and that wasn't even in that chapter. Oh, Paula does not love her husband. We'll see what her story is, or if she's just supposed to be like a villain character. Because so far she doesn't have any secrets. She knows who her dad is now. That's good. 21. I think I forgot to change on the chapter here. Also, to add to the Erica Stephen thing, Dallas, who doesn't believe in God, is taking like the coward's way out. Somebody needs some faith. Kirsten really wants her pops. Erica, that's her name, right? Erica, in her head, keeps asking God for help, and she keeps making the right decisions. Stephen is ignoring God and keeps making the wrong decisions. Coincidence or intended message? Stephen's still a total tool. Erica also kind of a tool. Inviting the daughter over for dinner when the husband is so upset that he hasn't spoken to you in 2 weeks. The book puts it out as her making the right call there. Not really sure. Just because he's abandoning you doesn't mean you get to abandon him back. So, chapter 22. So, first of all, Paula is apparently just a gold digger, plain and simple, no other secret. And Kirsten running into the dog, not a great first impression. Tough luck on that one. Nothing happened in that one. Although I forgot in the one before, it's taken her 5 days to cross these 2,000 miles. She drives really slow because it took me 30 hours to drive 1,200 miles. So, not sure what she's been doing in her car, but it's not driving. Dallas did mention, I wonder if Steven's ever cheated on his wife. Right before he said, I almost cheated on Paula. There's hints that Steven and Paula were together, but there's none of it in Steven's mind. However, Steven's crazy, so it could be before he found God part of his life, which he doesn't consider to be real, because that's the kind of logic he uses. Chapter 16. Now it's Erica's turn to act out. They are not having fun. Plus, we're about to bring in old Grandpa Joe. Lots of drama in the... What's her last name? In the Welby household. Chapter 23. Still don't know why Dad's unhappy and grumpy all the time, but apparently he's not Christian, and that matters. Also, apparently, forgiveness is a decision, not a feeling, so says the Christian Steven. I wonder how he knew when God forgave him then. Did he make the decision for God? It's confusing, isn't it? Anyway, what's her name? Erica now knows that Paula is cheating on Dallas with a different rich guy, so gold digger for sure. Chapter 24. That was a big setup to, I'm assuming, the next chapter will be about the family dinner with the whole family. Crazy stuff. Chapter 25. I'm at 211 and I'm at 2 hours in. So roughly 100 pages an hour. A little better than that. Which is a little short of 120 would be one every half minute. But not bad. Still on track for under 3 hours. God is now audibly speaking to Erica. Kind of weird. The daughter is becoming Christian because the mother and son is. Kind of weird. Dallas, it is yet to be seen whether Paula's poison is working or he will be forgiving and interested. We shall see in chapter 26. Steven is a douchebag, and Erica converting or saving, I don't know what the right word is, bringing Dallas to Christ was one of the weirdest things I've ever read. 27. I don't like Steven. The dinner is the next chapter. 28. Dallas let his emotions win, not Paula, which is good for the kid, who's obviously the one you're rooting for. Unfortunately, Steven also let his emotions win and is abandoning his family because he's a sour, grumpy puss. Chapter 29. Let's see, there's 70 pages left. So far, the girl's happy, the son's happy, the wife needs the husband. The husband's in a big old mess. Dallas is happy. Paula's secret has not come out. So, expecting Paula's secret to come out, their marriage to blow up, Dallas to find fulfillment in his daughter, and Steven to come to his senses and return to his family. Which, my opinion on that is pretty clear, because Steven's a douche. Chapter 30. Apparently, all Erica needs to do is wait, and God will bring Steven back to her, so that's good. Dallas thinks Paula is coming around, and they're going to have another dinner. I expect a second fall, not Paula coming around. We shall see. Chapter 31. Erica just forgave her father for not loving her because God told her to. So she's feeling better about that. I'm confused as fuck. Chapter 32. So Paula gave her a threat. It seems like she didn't have to go through the dinner to do that. I don't really understand the point of that. Apparently Stephen needs to get right with God. Although I think you just need to stop acting like an asshole. But that's one way to do it, I guess. So we'll see. 33. Okay, so the whole dinner party at Paula's was not a good idea. The entire point of it was so that she could threaten the kid. Whole build up for a tiny little thing. She could have just walked up to her in the park and done that. That was a useless chapter. Paula apparently cheating and on birth control, and Dallas now realized he doesn't love her. And then Stephen, it was good that he realized his faith was never been tested because he has no faith. It's bad that somehow when he realizes God forgives him, now everything's okay. The issue was that he was acting like an asshole. That's not going to change because he's still an asshole. So that's a shame. But we got a couple more pages left. I'm sure he can go back to the same way he was at the beginning of the book, that secret asshole, because of his faith. So, chapter 34. Let's see if they forgive each other. They had their thing. It's fucking dumb. Chapter 35. I just don't understand. He apologized, said, "Can you forgive me?" She said, "Maybe." Because God told her to wait. And then tomorrow at church, he touches her hand, and that's a sign now she loves him again. And now Kirsten's going to church. I'm hoping she makes it through the next chapter without getting converted. Just because she's still got a lot of swag to her. She thinks she's a marriage torpedo. And I don't want another one of those awkward paragraphs that changes her entire personality. Oh, dear reader, a note from the author. I guess that was the end. So I guess she made it through. Now I'll hear about her thoughts on religion, I guess, directly. Well, that's it. 253 minutes. Let me see who this lady is for a second here. All right, so I finished the book, 300 so pages in one sitting. I'm gonna give it 3 stars. I might try this again, but if I do, the book's definitely gonna have dragons in it. Challenge complete.